Welcome back guys, hope you're all well. So before we start the video, I just want to say that I have put up a video of the RS6 cost breakdown. That basically includes what we paid for the salvage car and what it costs to fix it up and get it back on the road. So before we start on the car, consider subscribing if you haven't already and like the video, and let's carry on with the project.
So I'm carrying on from yesterday where I left this arch. It's all been secured, so the next stage is to actually start tacking it all down. Then we could start working on the empty box sections right there. I'll explain a bit more once we come to it, but let's get this nice and secure. It's starting to come along really nice. It's actually starting to look like a GTR from the back now. So yeah, I can't wait to get that back panel on. But before we get that panel on, these pieces need to go on. Then we could get that back panel on. So I'll get a start on that now. So our arch is all welded up, you can see right there, nice secure welds. So the next stage is to actually start prepping this piece right here that will sit inside here. So yeah, that's the piece that will go in. We just need to give it a good clean before we fit that, and obviously prime the inside. And also this one needs linishing off all the spot welds, so you linish them off now, then get that piece ready to go on. So I've put the second coat of primer on, just waiting for that to all dry. So that piece has got one coat, so I'm going to give it a second coat now. Once that's ready, we start fitting that piece back up. that back section's all been welded up, you can see right there, nice secure welds. That needs all linishing down. Once you've done that, this piece needs to go on right here, which will be welded like so. So you need to prep all that, so linish all down, give it a good clean, get all the spots all welded down, and get the spots all linished down. Then you can start getting this piece on, this piece right here. There's a few spots underneath I need to all linish down, so we'll finish off that, then get that piece welded. We are ready for the next piece, so it's going to be this pillar right here. You can see right here there's like this little bracket that needs to align with the reinforcement bar on the inside. I'll show you that now, and these 2 points need to align as well. So when we get it on, we need to make sure they align. That's going to be our alignment for this post. So yeah, so we've got a bar running along here, and I've got the bolts right here. There should be 4, so there's 2 there, so 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. They need to align up, and also these 2 little circles here, they need to line up with them 2 guides right there. Once that's all aligned, we start welding this post back up. So we have that B post in place, it's nice and secure with all the strong welds on there. You see right here, if you look inside there, the panels are literally touching the necks. That's how it should be. That's how the panel be. Every few welds I do is actually hammering it to make sure, obviously when the metal heats up, you can actually push it into place. Because when we actually removing this off the donor panel, when we're chiseling it using our chisel, we're actually bending it slightly. So every time we're chiseling the spot site in different areas, the metal gets bent. So that's why just chiseling it back into place and making sure it's nice and secure. That's all sorted. Also the settings on the welder, every time you're working with different metals, because this is a thick metal and obviously the arch is slightly thinner. So every time we're working with different metals, we have to always adjust the welder, so it's not always on the same setting. So yeah, that's all done now. The next part to do is start grinding down all them welds, get them nice and flat. Then after that, we should be able to put our back piece on. These 2 pieces go on after. Where we got that joint, for this piece right here, the back part, this actually covers it. So before we can actually put that part on, we need to get the back panel on. So we need to grind that down first, then work our way to the back. So B-post is all being lineaged down, you can see right there. I did go in around this side just to get it nice and flat, because when that quarter panel goes into there, it needs to be nice and flat. So that's all done now. I've just got these two spots left. I can't get the lineaging pad inside there, so I'll leave that till I get the dyno file on it. So yeah, that's pretty much done. Also, when you're grinding and stuff like that, you always want to keep them fire blankets on. That will stop your paint from getting any burn marks and stuff, even on the windscreen, because what it does is, if you don't have them blankets and you're just grinding away, it'll start to melt into the lacquer and also chip your windscreen as well. So yeah, that being said, we could start working on that back end, getting it all on. All the seam sealing needs to be all cleaned up. So you get a white brush on that, give that a good clean, even on the inside. So when it comes to actually welding, you won't have no fire, and also we'll have a nice clean surface to put our new seal on. We'll start working on that panel now. So the back end's all being prepped. You can see right there, it's covered in 2 coats of primer. All that seam seal on the inside's all been cleaned up. So yeah, we're going to let that set for a bit. On the back piece as well, it's all been cleaned up and 2 coats of edge primer. So we're just going to let that set for a bit now. Then we start getting down the back. Guys, it is the next day, so we're going to start on this piece right here where we left off from last night. So this is going to take a while to get right, so we need this to be 100% and it needs to be in spec using our diagrams that we got here. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up, make sure the car's level, line it up using our laser. Once it's leveled, we'll know our drop points, how high and low our quarter should be. This back piece right here. Once that's done, we're gonna bolt down the back piece. Once it's bolted down, we get our tailgate on and make sure it lines up with these brackets and all that. So yeah, we just need to do loads of measurements now and make sure everything's in spec then we start drilling holes, bolting it down, getting the clamps off it, and start getting that tailgate on, making sure that's all in spec. Once it is, then you start tacking in a few different areas, get the tailgate off, and take it from there. So we've done our measurements, and the back end is all been bolted down, so it's nice and secure, so it won't be moving anywhere. So you see right there, so you got bolts, there's one there, one right there, one on the inside, one on this side, and there's about 3 on the back, so that's not moving anywhere. So we're on the next stage now, that's to get that quarter panel on. Once the quarter's on, we could get that tailgate on and start aligning it and checking our alignment to make sure everything's in line. So yeah, let's throw that quarter on now. That quarter panel's been fitted for the alignment purposes. Tailgate's been done as well. We did have to straighten this little hinge out here. It was slightly bent, so that's been all done. Yeah, so that literally went in straight without any pushing or shoving. It literally just slotted in on both sides without even aligning it. We've put it down and literally it just lines up as it should. That's even without aligning it, to be honest with you. If you look there and look on the other side, literally just bang on. There will be obviously the alignment to do on the quarter once the back end's all been done and all sorts. So yeah, what we'll do now is we'll start getting that back end all welded up.
Right guys, we're going to end the video there. We have done a ton of work. He's actually smashed it out. It's taken many hours to get the car to where it is. So hopefully by the next video we'll have a lot more done and it'll be looking like a GTR again. I have purchased a bunch of parts. Like I mentioned before, I have purchased the door, the full leg for the rear side. I've also got the fuel pipes as well. So as well as that guys, I've purchased a rear bumper, the diffuser and the tail light as well. So all those parts should be here hopefully on the next video. Some of the parts are not here yet, but what I want to do is I want to show you all the parts together. So hopefully on the next video we'll start by showing you guys all the parts that we got and where we got them from as well. So yeah guys, we're going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Performance Rebuilds, and we'll see you guys in the next GTR video.